Hi, and welcome to Build with Fire 5, where I meet you where you are in your project, and together we build a better solution in After Effects. Because sometimes you open After Effects and it just says, good luck. Once I began to use the Text Animator, it turned things around for me, especially on things like this project. And here's the good news. Using the Text Animator, I can take that 48-layer monstrosity down to under 10 layers and cut the manual animation time from 4 to 6 hours down to under 30 minutes. If you get good with presets, you're looking at under 10 minutes. But still charge for 2 hours. This is the way. Today, we're going to build this animation. It's slick, it's bold, and when I first made it, it was a total mess. This was part of a larger animated project I built. Lots of transitions, lots of stats, and I did what many of us do when we don't fully embrace the Text Animator. I animated each character manually. Yep, that's right, over 48 layers. Even After Effects was like, bro. And after all that effort, I didn't even finish the animation properly. I mean, look at those characters spinning on their y-axes. The drop shadow thinks this is some sort of different kind of dance. The important thing to remember is that animating things manually like this does 3 things to you. 1, it puts you on the fast track to creative burnout because you're spending so much time doing just one thing. 2, it's next to impossible to reuse this animation because all your settings are specific to this one project. And 3, when there are changes, because there's always changes, you're going to have to do this entire process all over again for the new changes. So why isn't everybody using this? Well, because the Text Animator panel looks like someone spilled code all over the UI. I mean, you open it and it's things like range selector, anchor point grouping, based on words. It's a hot mess of unfamiliar terms. But trust me, once you understand how this works, it becomes your best friend. So let's build this thing the right way. Step 1, create your text layer. All of the following settings are completely optional. However, you do want to prep your text before adding the animations. Create a new comp, 1920 by 1080. Add guides to help keep the text stacked and relatively centered. Vertical at 72 and 1848, and horizontal at 560 and 624. Type something simple like 50,000 in a bold font. Gotham Bold is being used here. Center it between the vertical guides and have the bottom of the text resting on the top horizontal guide. The beauty of all of this is you can always swap it out later and not have to reset any animations. Color label the text layer to yellow. Step 2, make it 3D. Click the 3D cube icon. If geometry options is grayed out, hit Command K. Go to 3D renderer and switch to either Cinema 4D or Advanced 3D. I chose Advanced 3D. Now, go to Geometry Options and set the extrusion depth to 10. Check your extrusion by manually rotating the text. Step 3, use 2 views. Set your composition to 2 views. Top view on the left, active camera on the right. This way, you can view the rotation direction by viewing from the top. Step 4, anchor point grouping. Go into More Options under the text layer. Make sure that the anchor point grouping is set to character. This allows for the individual letters to rotate. Step 5, add the Y rotation animator. Click the Text Animator menu button by locating it to the right of the text drop-down menu in the Timeline Properties area on the left. Click Animate, Enable Per Character 3D. This ensures that we will have access to animate in the 3D space. Click Animate Rotation. Label the animator 1 to Intro Y Rotation. Delete X and Z axes, we're only using Y. Set the Y rotation to -90 degrees. Step 6, animate with Range Selector. Twirl down Range Selector 1, Advanced, and then Based On, and select Words. Set your playhead at the front of the timeline at 0 and set a keyframe for the offset at 0%. Move 30 frames forward a half a second and set offset to 100%. The text now flips into view. Step 7. Ease Settings. Under Advanced, set Ease High to 100 and Ease Low to 25. And here's a quick tip. If your RAM previews are sluggish, which they may be because we are using 3D, set your comp resolution to either a third or a quarter. Step 8. Create Outro Animation. Duplicate the intro animator and rename it Outro Y Rotation. At 4 seconds, change the Y rotation to 90 degrees and set the offset to -100%. Delete the first two keyframes at 0 and 30 carried over from the duplication. At 4 seconds and 30 frames, change the offset to 0%. Trim the layer at this point using Option right bracket. This is the core of the animation for this project. Everything from here is finessing and duplication based on this animation. Basically, 90% of the job is done. Step 9. Add the new text. Duplicate the text layer. Move it so that it starts at 4 seconds and 30 frames. If it's selected, hit your right bracket. Change the text to 100,000. Align it using the preset guides. Step 10. Finesse the timing. Offset the incoming layer slightly forward. Trim the outgoing layer a few frames before its final keyframe. Adjust the Ease High and Ease Low to smooth it out. Try High 50 and Low 25 for the Outro 50,000 layer, and High 20 and Low 100 for the Intro 100,000. If it gets frustrating, pivot, breathe, and come back. Hey, quick pause. If you're digging this and you want to go deeper, I've got a few cool ways we can connect. There's a link down below to sign up for a weekly build session. Think of it like a creative co-working hangout. I'll be working on real projects and you can jump in and ask questions or just lurk quietly in the background and judge my layer naming. Also, if you want one-on-one help on your own After Effects project, there's a separate link below to schedule time with me. I'd love to help you simplify your workflow or untangle an After Effects project mess. Okay, let's get back to the build. Let's add some lines and bring this thing to life. Step 11, adding drop shadows. 3D text can't use drop shadows directly, so duplicate each text layer, rename them by adding the suffix shadow, so it'd be 50,000 shadow. And a quick tip here, to change your comp background color, hit Command K and pick up a new background shade. Black on black is only hiding your shadows. Change the color of your type to black. Create an adjustment layer at the bottom of your timeline and add Gaussian blur to it. Move the shadow text layers below the new adjustment layer, offset their position slightly down and right, add Gaussian blur at 50, and boom, realistic shadow without the hacks. Step 12. Now we need to add the second line. Again, it's a lot of duplication. To create multi-line text, we use people and then it changes to providers here. Just duplicate your text layers. Type in the new words, adjust their position and stagger their animation start time by 10 to 15 frames. Once these are set, follow the previous steps to create the drop shadows. This gives a rhythmic, layered build that looks clean and intentional. You're done. Oh, one more thing. Step 13, save your work as a preset. Once you're happy with this, select one or both of your animators. Go up to the top to Animation, save the animation preset. You should have a path that goes from Documents to Adobe to your version of After Effects to User Presets. It's the same in both Windows and Mac. You can also organize into folders like text if you want to stay tidy. Now, it'll show up in your effects and presets under the User Presets panel and can be reused forever. Step 14. Well, not really a step. You have it. From 48 chaotic layers to a clean, controlled, and reusable animation workflow, you've learned how to animate 3D text on the Y-axis, transition between stats or messages, bake drop shadows with style, and save your work as flexible, reusable presets. This is what Build with Fire 5 is all about, helping you build cleaner, smarter motion graphics with less stress. If you like this tutorial, subscribe and let me know in the comments what you want to see next. And remember, when After Effects starts acting like a diva, you have the tools to put it in its place. See you next time.